Well, the Radlands are a mess right now, and I don't have a lot of time to talk about it. I am the Lone Transmitter, and you're listening to WFR, Wasteland Free Radio, and this is a Microfusion Reaction. Has anyone else noticed electricity being a little, brown lately? Electricity doesn't really have a color, it's just that, well, you're familiar with a blackout. A blackout is when you lose power across, an entire city or whatever, but a brownout is when you just don't have enough power across the entire city. And the generator is still working just fine. I don't know what's causing it, but it wouldn't surprise me at all to learn that Dr. Professor Elux is behind it somehow. I don't trust the guy. Can you blame me? Really? I don't mean to start any conspiracy theories, and I certainly don't want to be any sort of alarmist, but ever since he crashed into the Freeman Street Bridge in his space egg, nothing has been the same. I'm not saying it's his fault, I'm saying something changed. And if there's one thing I know for sure, it's the residents of Yellowbrook City and the residents of the Radlands at large want answers. Maybe we're a little bit spoiled, and maybe we're just being picky, but we rebuilt society to the point where everybody has electricity, and we're just used to it. That's all. Oh, and there's the pesky detail that we might need electricity to keep our water purification system running. So yeah, we're a little nervous. Just a little bit. I have already combed through all the details of local authorities' last update, and from the information that wasn't redacted, I haven't been able to come up with any plausible theory for why we're losing our electricity. So we have to ask the new guy who may or may not be a scientist. And listen, I've got no grudge, but the guy doesn't seem like a team player. I know it sounds like I have a grudge. I mean, the guy did crash into the Freeman Street Bridge, and then his spaceship exploded and wrecked the city, but we've seen worse, right? This is the apocalypse, so that is water over the dam or under the bridge, or I guess more accurately, an egg-shaped spaceship into the bridge. I'm not really good at my analogies. I apologize for that. I reached out to Dr. Professor Elux a while ago, but he isn't responding to my requests for an interview, and nobody has seen him in weeks. But I have heard reports that the lights are back on at Elux Electronics Company. You know, that hideous skyscraper outside of town? As far as I know, that building has been abandoned since the Great Devastation, and all of a sudden the lights are back on after Elux has come back from wherever he was. I don't know, that's not a coincidence. That really seems like he's up to something. And I'm all but certain there are no scavengers or basic Radlanders going in there, because nobody worth their salt would be caught dead in Elux Electronics Company. The equipment in there is garbage, and there is no point in trying to salvage anything. Nobody wants garbage components. Unless he wants garbage components. Maybe he's protecting his tools of the trade. I guess maybe he has the patent on rust. Though I suppose if you're manufacturing something with planned obsolescence in mind, it might be the right equipment for you, but who would do such a thing? That would be madness. Anyway, I'm not sure what to make of it, but ever since local authorities shut down, we have not had enough electricity running to the rest of the places in the city. I'm running on battery power here. I also have a few extra microfusion reactors in case Weatherbot 95 needs a new one, but he never needs all of them. I have enough backup electricity for myself. I'm not worried about myself or WFR. I am mostly concerned with the rest of Yellowbrook City and the rest of what little civilization we have. And don't worry about me, I'm good. I have plenty of extra power here. Just like my dad and my stepdad always said, it never hurts to be prepared. And be prepared for your friends as well, because your friends are always disorganized and they're going to get you in trouble someday. I'm processing a lot of stuff right now. None of my 8 parents liked any of my friends. I don't know what to say. The generator is doing his job, but he can't keep doing it like this forever. We need a new solution. And please understand, I'm not saying we shouldn't give electricity to Elux. He lives here. He needs electricity. He needs what he needs to survive. I'm not trying to take that away from him. I just want to know why the rest of us aren't getting enough. Even Anime Fan 29 agrees with me on this, and we don't see eye to eye on anything. Local experts are still trying to figure out what happened to local authorities to cause them to shut down so abruptly last week. I'm not complaining that they're gone. Nobody is complaining that they're gone. And if you're complaining that they're gone, you and I probably can't be friends. And yes, their sensor arrays that are scattered throughout Yellowbrook City are also down, which means they can't see us at all, and they aren't recording anything. As far as I can tell, they are completely shut down, and I don't see any plans for them coming back. Of course, the only person who could give us any real help on this is the mayor, and he's back in cryosleep. It's not safe to wake him up already. He literally just fell asleep. Not only is it not safe, it's also rude. I mean, come on. How would you like it if you were woken up every couple of months, just for a couple of weeks, had your skin fall off, you have to do a bunch of computer programming, you finally get back to sleep, and you can't feel your skin on fire anymore, and then some asshole wakes you up again? No, we're not doing that. Here's the funny thing about local authorities not being able to watch our every move. Nothing has changed. There are no riots. We're not burning any buildings. There's no looting. Well, okay, there's looting. This is the apocalypse, and looting is just an aggravated and aggressive version of scavenging. I don't usually do it, but some people do. It's not my thing. But for the most part, nothing has changed at all. The people of Yellowbrook City are, generally speaking, mild-mannered, and we have our own moral compass. Local authorities don't have to tell us what to do. Interestingly, the protective dome is still functioning fine, even though local authorities were supposedly in charge of its function. So if local authorities have been deactivated and the shield is still operating, maybe one of the last redacted updates that, of course, were redacted, so I didn't get to see them, but maybe one of those last updates contained more permanent instructions for maintaining field integrity and strength. I don't know, but that's kind of what it seems like. That would be wonderful. I would love for people not to be able to tamper with our protective dome. It sucks enough as it is. It is refreshing to know that my fellow Yellowbrook residents have all just behaved normally without the presence of our all-seeing, semi-intelligent artificial overlords. I don't know, there's a lot of adjectives there, and I'm just not sure what order to put them in. It just feels good to know that we can efficiently self-govern, and we might not need local authorities and their bizarre arbitrary rules to keep us in line. Okay, Radlanders, I'm gonna sign off here. Max the Millions found a new salvage opportunity and says she needs a hand or three, so I'm gonna head over there and see what we've got, and who knows, maybe I'll end up with some halfway decent salvage. I'm the Lone Transmitter, and you've been listening to WFR, Wasteland Free Radio, your very last source for news.